Tiger basketball. At Rocky Pinnock, we enjoy listening to a hard-fought game with excitement and uncertainty at the end. However, uncertainty is exactly the opposite of what you want from a law firm. You want attorneys who know the law, who know how to solve your problem, and can give you the certainty of sound legal advice. That's what we pride ourselves on here at Rocky Pinnock. I'm Jay Rigdon, and I'm inviting you to call us at 267-6116 for an appointment to discuss your legal needs. Rocky Pinnock, lawyers you can count on.
Bad wreck, oh what you gonna do, oh what you gonna do, call the boys in blue, car stalls won't start, oh what you gonna do, oh what you gonna do, call the boys in blue, I reckon any state, and need the best rate, take the next step, call records and depth, go with the guys who got the best tools, if you get in a wreck, they'll come and get you, bad wreck, oh what you gonna do, call records and depth to come get you.
Remember, when you get in a wreck,
call records and depth.
the best place to find out what's happening in Kosciuszko County is right here at 1480 News Now. This is also the best place to stay on top of what's happening in the world of agriculture. This is Gary Truitt from Hoosier Ag Today, Indiana's Farm Network. Agriculture is a vital part of the Kosciuszko County economy, and throughout the day you can stay on top of the farm news, markets, and weather from Hoosier Ag Today. Your home for local news, farm news, and world news. 1480 News Now.
You're listening to the Warsaw Tiger Radio Network, 99.7 FM, 1480 AM, newsnowwarsaw.com.
Welcome back inside the Tiger Den. Roger Grossman, Rob Renker with you, counting down to the final game of our three broadcasts. This is the girls' game between Warsaw and Concord. When the Lady Tigers make a free throw tonight, it scores a donation for the kids in Kosciuszko County. For every Lady Tiger free throw this season, Older Bergen & Company will donate $2 to the Kosciuszko County Riley Kids Fund through the Kosciuszko Community Foundation. Alan Olfer and Mike Bergen started the fund to help parents in Kosciuszko County who take their children to Riley Hospital for children with expenses like gas, food, and lodging. Older Bergen & Company, financial planning, 122 West Market Street, Warsaw, and online at olderbergen.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC. Tonight's key matchups are brought to you by Arby's on State Road 15 North in Warsaw, Warsaw's only locally owned and operated Arby's restaurant. From the marketplace sandwich to the classic beef and cheddar, Arby's has you covered. Arby's on State Road 15 North in Warsaw, a proud supporter of the Warsaw Lady Tigers. A look at the conference standings at the moment. Warsaw 6-0. They've won at least a share of the conference championship. Northridge is 5-1 after winning last night. They're hoping for a Concord upset. Plymouth is 4-1. Goshen 2-3. Mishawaka 2-4. Wawasee 2-4. Concord 1-5, and Northwood 1-5. The Lady Tigers are 14-6. They've won 6 of their last 8. They are 8-3 at home this season. Their 6 losses were to teams who, going into yesterday's games, were a total of 98-18. Those 6 teams have won 98 games this season. They've held their opponents under 40 points 13 times. They've held them under 30 points 10 times, including 4 of the last 6. They average 50. They give up 34. They're number 22 in the state in points allowed. They shoot 43% from the field. They've hit 87 three-pointers. They're shooting 37% from beyond the arc, 70% at the free throw line, and they turn it over about 13 times a game. Abby Sanner has been in double figures in 18 of 20 games so far this season. She averages 14 points at 18 rebounds a game. Tuesday here against Homestead, she had 15 points and 9 rebounds. For Concord, they are 7-13. They're 1-5 in the conference. They average 41 points. They give up 49. They're shooting 34% from the field. They shoot 27% from beyond the arc, 57% at the free throw line, and they turn it over about 16 times per game. Their leading scorer is Aaliyah Hirschberger, a 5'6" junior who's averaging 14 points. She's hit 34 of their 66 three-pointers this season. Rob Renneker, as you look at this matchup, how do you see this going down?
Yeah, well, one of the big keys is for the Tigers is going to be to pressure the ball. I don't think that Concord has the guard play to be able to handle that pressure. The Tigers would love to get out in transition, pick up the pace of this game, see if they can't get some transition buckets. they've got to get a hand in the face of Hirschberger, obviously. She's a very good shooter. You got to have somebody right up on her, not give her a good look at the basket. And then the Tigers, they want to attack the basket. Get the ball down in the low post. Don't rely on the perimeter game. Get everybody involved.
When this team is at its best, and even when they're not at their best, their defense changes everything in the course of a game.
Without a doubt. Their energy comes from their defense. They run a 1-3-1 trap. It really kind of energizes the whole team. They love doing it. They force a lot of turnovers. It results in a lot of transition baskets. Really, their defense provides energy for their offense. So this Lady Tiger team, even on nights when they aren't shooting the ball well, their defense tends to keep them in the game.
I can update you that the girls JV beat Concord 45-14 down in the Career Center gym. So that's the final of that. What, sir, are your keys to the game?
Well, the keys to the game, again, is to bring a lot of pressure, get out in transition, have a fast-paced game, and then get everybody involved in the offense. Initially, get that ball down into low post and get everybody involved.
Warsaw and Concord on senior night. Do you remember your senior night?
My senior night, I didn't play basketball in high school, but absolutely I do. Football, senior nights, things like that. Oh man, those are great times.
How do you divide the emotion from the game?
Well, you got to kind of put it behind you once the game starts. You got to block it out, which isn't easy to do because a lot of these girls and a lot of players get emotional during senior night, and it's hard to get those emotions out by the time tip-off comes around.
Warsaw and Concord. The Lady Tigers going for the outright Northern Lakes Conference Championship and to build momentum heading into the sectional next week. We're back with the lineups, the anthem, and the tip-off next on News Now Warsaw.
Lake City Restoration on Argonne Road at Warsaw is there when you need them most. Call 574-385-9111. Whether it's damage from a fire, flood, mold, storm, or biohazard, Lake City Restoration is the solution for your emergency service needs. Call 574-385-9111. That's 385-9111. Online at lcrestore.com or simply Google Lake City Restoration.
When my team goes to work for you, we are original. Professionals with modern, unparalleled marketing and unwavering standards and passion. To us, it's more than just selling someone a house. We move people's lives forward and guide them to a home. Handling the real estate task flawlessly is one thing, but our expertise in people and results is what clients respect about us. I believe that is what makes us successful. I'm Brian Peterson of the Brian Peterson Real Estate Group of Warsaw. You can reach us at brianpetersongroup.com.
It's the 2022 Warsaw Virtual Job Fair. Are you looking for a job, a career change, or considering a new career? The Virtual Job Fair is the perfect site for you. There's no need to drive around when you can simply log on and view the jobs that are available right now with links to apply. It's the 2022 Warsaw Virtual Job Fair. Online now at newsnowwarsaw.com. Be sure to log in daily to view the most current job listings available. Brought to you by Grody Automotive in Warsaw and 1480 News Now.
Give us 15 minutes, we'll give you the world. This is News Now Warsaw.
Warsaw and Concord locking up in girls basketball here as we get ready for the final full weekend of the regular season. The sectional draw is tomorrow night. We'll have that here on News Now Warsaw starting at 5 o'clock. The Lady Tigers and Concord meeting for the 56th time, dating back to 1976. They've met every year at least once since. Warsaw leads the series 53-2. Concord's wins came in 1981 and 1983, both in Dunlap. They have never beaten Warsaw in Warsaw. Warsaw has won 45 straight games against Concord. Last year, Warsaw won at Concord 54-29. 2 years ago here, when Concord arguably had their best team in 25 years, Warsaw won 51-37. The two coaches, Cassie Cepeda, her sixth season as girls coach at Concord, a record of 56-78. Lenny Krebs in 5 years at Warsaw, 78-38 in 19 years overall, 208 and 212. And again, the objective is very simple tonight. You win the game, and you are outright Northern Lakes Conference champions at your school for the first time since 2004. A lot of people stayed for the boys' game. Thank you for doing that. These girls are really excited. The band is here, and more importantly, Ron Henry is here once again, and he will grab the microphone, and he will do the starting lineups and the introductions for tonight's pregame ceremonies.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's game involving the Concord Lady Minutemen and the Warsaw Lady Tigers. Here are the starting lineups, first of all, for Concord. Starting at guard, number 4, Bailey Mayo. At guard, number 14, Ashlyn Fish. At guard, number 22, Aaliyah Hirschberger. At forward, number 30, Lindsay DeLeo. And at center, number 42, Kendall Taylor. The head coach is Cassie Cepeda. The assistant coaches Doris Gary and Nick Minder. And now for the Lady Tigers. Starting at guard, a 5'6" senior, number 11, Bailey Stevens. Starting at forward, a 6'2" senior, number 31, Abby Sanner. At forward, a 5'10" senior, number 33, Morgan Nickel. At guard, a 5'7" senior, number 34, Abby Taylor. And at guard, a 5'9" senior, number 35, Caitlin Craig. The Lady Tigers are coached by Lenny Krebs, assisted by Jack Beer, Jim Spiker, Kevin Bragg, and Hannah Wanamaker.
Your officials for tonight's girls' game: Kirk Robinson, Jack Rupley, and Eric Coburn. Warsaw Community High School would like to thank the following athletic department sponsors for helping make the live video streaming of home Tiger sporting events on the Tiger Broadcast Network free to all viewers: Sim Financial, Lakeside Chevrolet, and Warsaw Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Thank you for allowing fans all over northern Indiana and around the world watch this game without a fee. Eric Coburn's got the ball. He'll throw it up between Abby Sanner and Kendall Taylor. Warsaw in home whites, black uniforms with orange trim. Concord in Kelly green uniforms, black numbers, and white trim. The final home game of the season. Whoop, and Eric Coburn was not, looked to Eric Coburn looked at Lenny Krebs, and I don't know what happened there. Up she goes, tip control by Warsaw, and we're underway.
Well, what happened was one of the Concord girls sprinted about 10 feet right as he was about to throw the ball in the air.
Okay, I did not see that. Krebs, right corner to Taylor. Pass out top, deflected, and Stevens keeps it alive to Krebs. Now back to Bailey. Warsaw won the boys game, upsetting number 5 Valparaiso, 56-51 here, or 57-51 earlier. Krebs out to Stevens. Warsaw's girls hoping that's the final upset of the night. Against the 2-3 zone. Sander, back to the right, Stevens, in the corner to Taylor. Down in deep for Nichols. The foul line, Sander makes a fake, drives in, shoots an 8-footer, and rolls it in. Abby Sander with her first 2 and points, 9-10 and 9-11 in her career. She is number 10 on the all-time scoring list. And with those 2 points, she is within 30 points of Shanda Klein and number 9. Skip pass out to the top, caught by Mayo, trying to drive in, ran into Sander. Sander roofed her. Blocked her without jumping. Ball to the floor, held ball. Arrow belongs to Concord.
Yeah, that's a great phrase, roofed her. I love that. Just blocked it without even jumping. You're right, put her hands up, put them out just a little bit, and she had nowhere to go with the ball.
By the way, it's been a Warsaw sweep of the game so far. Warsaw's won all the basketball games played today, including the freshman and JV games. Inbound pass, tipped and taken away. Sander with a tip, stolen by Krebs. Long pass down court, right through the hands of Sander. She saves it into Nichols. To Taylor, out to Stevens, across to Krebs. Open for 3, good. Caitlin Krebs, a 3-pointer. Her 52nd of the year, and Warsaw leads 5-0 over Concord. Delio to the line, near side of center. Pressure by Krebs as she takes it up the sidelines. Back out the timeline, ball knocked away, loose at midcourt. Krebs comes out of there with it. Up ahead to Nichols. Back to Krebs, long pass down court, Stevens. Stevens back out to Krebs. We played almost 2 minutes of the opening quarter. Warsaw has a 5-0 lead. Left sideline, Krebs. Down to the corner for Nichols. Back out to Krebs, now out to the line for Stevens. They lob to the back corner, caught by Krebs. Right back up the sidelines to Stevens. Stevens creeping toward the middle of the court, slowly. Mayo watching her closely. Krebs back out to Stevens. Dribbles hard right, takes it down the lane, put it up. Had it blocked, and the rebound's grabbed by Concord. Delio with the outlet, gives it off for Hirschberger, who's their leader at 14 points a game. Mayo up the sidelines for Hirschberger. Back out to Mayo, pass inside, hit several sets of hands. The last was wearing a Tiger jersey, out of bounds to Warsaw, leading 5-0 with 5:24 left to play in the first quarter. Again, a busy day here at the Tiger Den. That's why the late start, varsity game not starting till about 8:20. Mayo, right sideline, right in front of the Warsaw coaching staff. Up the timeline, Mayo backs up against Taylor. Taylor gives her plenty of space. Mayo now dribbling, and Taylor gets a little closer. Out top for Delio. Right side to Fish, try to throw it inside, couldn't get it in there. Well, swing it around to Hirschberger. Hirschberger puts her head down, drives in left and banks it in. Ali Hirschberger has the first 2 for Concord. It's 5-2. Krebs in transition, a pull-up 3-pointer, no good. Fight for the rebound, grabbed by Concord. Fish with the rebound, outlets to the near side to Hirschberger. Hirschberger to the far side for Mayo for 3. That's no good, too long. Rebound to Taylor for the Tigers. Stevens up the far sideline to Krebs. Back out to Bailey, around to Sander, right side to Taylor, who had an open look at a 3 and didn't take it. They dump it down to the baseline. Nichols works her way in, had her shot blocked by Taylor. That's grabbed out of there by Concord's Fish. In transition, near sideline for Hirschberger. She'll take it to the middle and throw it across court to Bailey Mayo, who spells her name Bailei. Unlike our Bailey, it's Baile. Inside pass wide of Taylor, taken away by Krebs for the Lady Tigers. Warsaw leads 5-2 at the midpoint of the first quarter. Krebs down the lane, lost the handle on the ball. Last touch by the Minutemen, and now subs come for both teams. Ava Egoff and Zoe Bergen in for Warsaw for Nichols and Taylor.
Yeah, great job by those 2 seniors here in the first 4 minutes. Both of them doing very, very well out there, contributing here to the early lead for the Tigers.
Stevens, baseline left to throw it in. Oh, she threw it off the back of the defender, then put it on. Oh, and Taylor blocked it, and it goes out of bounds. That's the Kara Kessler play. She was so good at that. Julie Cease used to do it too. Taylor turned around and said, "Was that you?" Poof. She roofed her. Stevens out at the top. 3:50 left to play first quarter. Warsaw leads Concord 5-2. Krebs, right wing. At the foul line, Egoff got it out of there in the corner to Bergen. She'll try a three-pointer. That is an air ball. And the rebound's grabbed by Fish for Concord. A slow shooting start for the Lady Tigers, leading by 3. Hirschberger up the far side against Bergen, off a high screen. Bounce it off to Mayo. Mayo will walk it to the center line. You will not see a coach this season, boys or girls, who coaches more minutes of the clock on the playing surface than Cassie Cepeda. She just is out there. She's a full step out beyond the sidelines. And yet, it's just okay, because she's just one of the coolest people you've ever met. Hirschberger drives in. Bergen commits a blocking foul. Her first. Out of bounds to Concord on the sideline. That's the first foul of the game, and it comes almost 5 minutes into it.
Yeah, back to Coach Cassie Cepeda. She is one of our favorite coaches. If I had a child playing basketball, I would be thrilled if Cassie Cepeda was the coach.
On the inbounds to Mayo, she dribbled into a double team, lost the ball, and then Krebs had it knocked out of her hands by Mayo, and Warsaw's got it back after a Concord turnover. 3 minutes left to play, opening quarter. Warsaw with a 5-2 lead. This is the normal 5 for Lenny Krebs. Stevens, Bergen, Egoff, Sander, and Krebs. Krebs, right corner for Bergen, jumps a pass down to Sander on the block. She'll turn and shoot and bank it no good, and the rebound's grabbed by Taylor. Again, sometimes Abby in traffic doesn't get turned all the way to the basket and shoots it calling it sideways, either left or right, and that was one of those times. And a whistle and a foul called. Stevens bumped into Mayo at the timeline, out of bounds to Concord. With 2.5 minutes left to play in the first quarter, still 5-2.
Yeah, following up, you're right, with Abby Sander, when she turns back to her right, rather than using her left hand, she tends to just try to turn her shoulders and shoot it with her right hand, and sometimes it doesn't work.
DeLeo lobs into the backcourt for Mayo. Mayo to the line. Had her pass tipped by Bergen, taken away. Krebs a steal. Add to Bergen, in from the right, put it up and in. Zoe Bergen's first 2 of the game makes it 7-2 Lady Tigers with 2:20 to go in the quarter. To the line, Mayo, and she traveled. She felt Zoe coming and just kept backing up, and if she'd have backed up one more step, she'd have been out of bounds.
Yeah, it's true. She picked up her dribble and thought she was going to deliver the pass, and then she took a little bunny hop backwards to avoid that pressure, and the officials were all over it.
Dominique Stilley, a 5'10 sophomore into the game for Concord. Egoff up the sideline to Krebs, out to Stevens. Stevens skips it into the left corner to Krebs, touches a pass down to Sander. Sander backs in all the way across to Bergen for an 8-footer. No good. Rebound to Egoff. Back up, blocked by Fish. Loose on the floor. Bergen comes out of there with it. Egoff tried to take it up and got fouled. What a play by Zoe Bergen to give Warsaw a chance.
Yeah, that's just a hustle play. Zoe all over that offensive rebound, that loose ball. Got the ball to Ava Egoff, and Ava attacked the basket and went up strong and got fouled.
Kendall Taylor with her first foul. Mayo back in. And DeLeo will take a seat. They call that a non-shooting foul.
I'm a little surprised by that.
I'm a lot surprised. Stevens to throw it in. Lobs into Sander. Ball knocked out of her hands and taken away. Stolen by Hirschberger. She'll drive in and score with the left hand. Hirschberger's got all 4 of their points. 7-4. Warsaw with the lead over Concord. Out to Sander. Sander now to Stevens. Right side to Bergen. It's a 2-3 zone here by Concord. Krebs out top off a screen. Missed it wide right, no good. Rebound. Bodies flying everywhere. 2 Lady Tigers get tangled up. And in transition, here comes Concord 5-on-3. Hirschberger as Stevens and Egoff rejoin the play. Now to Fish on the left wing. Out top to Mayo. Mayo against Krebs. Steps back for a 3-pointer and hit it. Bailey Mayo with her 15th 3-pointer, and with a minute to go in the opening quarter, we're tied at 7. Bergen right corner, trapped, a whistle, a foul called against Concord.
Game a little reminiscent of the Goshen game. A little tight here early on when the Tigers are heavy favorites.
I was just thinking the same thing. I wonder if Lenny Krebs feels like he wants to run to the trash can and throw up like he did last week.
Yeah, like he said in his pregame interview today.
Stevens to throw it in, baseline right at the far end. Looking and lobs it out top to Bergen. Now to Krebs. Krebs off the right, now to Stevens with 55 seconds left to play in the quarter. The Concord bench rejuvenated with that three-pointer to tie the game. And now under a minute to play in the first quarter. Stevens out top to Bergen. Left side pass tipped. Krebs has it anyway. Back out to Zoe. Right side to Stevens. Stevens off an Egoff screen. Sees some space. Takes it in. Put it up. No good. Rebound to the Concord Minutemen. Stilly up ahead to Mayo. 25 seconds left in the quarter. Now a whistle and traveling is going to be called. They got the ball to Malia McCain, and she stumbled on her way to the basket. Abby Peterson in for Bailey Stevens with 21 seconds left to play in a rough and tumble first quarter here at the Tiger Den, the final girls' home basketball game of the season. Peterson, Egoff, Krebs, Bergen, and Sainer out there with 15 seconds left of the clock running. An expanded 1-3-1 half-court defense here by Concord. 8 seconds to go. Left corner, Bergen. Jumps a pass out. Egoff, 3 seconds, 2. Krebs will force one up from way out. Missed it. Rebound, Egoff grabbed it, but time ran out. After one, Concord 7, Warsaw 7. We're back in 60 seconds with quarter number 2 on News Now Warsaw.
Man defense, zone defense, motion offense, press. You could focus on shooting threes or scoring in the post. Whatever strategy you use, in order to win the game, your team needs a head coach with an effective game plan. We at Alder for Bergen can help you develop and implement a financial game plan for your family's future.
Let Alder for Bergen be the head coach of your financial planning team. Alder for Bergen & Company, 122 West Market Street, Warsaw, and online at alderforbergen.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC.
We've seen enough far too long. America has been turned inside out. Red versus blue, left versus right. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. So what can we all agree on? Saving money, buying smart, looking out for our future. R&B Car Company is proud to be an American company where we buy smart. So you do save money. Look to the future. Find your next vehicle at rvcarcompany.com.
Now back to the Lady Tigers on News Now Warsaw, 99.7 FM and 1480 AM.
After one here in the Tiger Den, Concord and Warsaw are tied at 7.
Yeah, it's all about shooting percentages here in this in the first quarter. Concord just 3 of 4, 75%. Warsaw 3 of 12, shooting just 25%. Concord with 7 turnovers, Warsaw with just 2 turnovers.
But Concord owns the rebounds.
Yes, they do.
And Warsaw's got the ball in a tie game starting quarter number 2. Peterson to the foul line, Egoff squares up, takes it in lefty, put it up and in, and a foul. Egoff's going to get a bucket out of this in a 3-point play. And the foul called against the Minutemen. Warsaw back in front, 9-7 as Stevens comes in for Krebs. Let's see who they got the foul on. They have not put it up on the board yet. They're working on it. Egoff to complete the 3-point play. And Ava shoots and hits. So Ava with 3 here on the opening possession of the second quarter. Warsaw back to the lead 10-7. And here comes the 1-3-1 half-court trap. To the line, Mayo. Lobs across over the top of Bergen. Now to Taylor, up head to Fish. Fish all the way back across to Mayo. Mayo drives in, shoots a long jumper, and hit it. It's a 3-pointer. Mayo with 2 3-pointers in the first half, and we're tied again. It's 10-10. Right sideline Bergen down to Egoff. Back up the sideline to Bergen and out to Stevens. Stevens directing traffic. Again, Concord in a 2-3 zone defense. Bergen now to Stevens. To Bergen on the baseline, Egoff. Inside into traffic. It's loose on the floor. It's still rolling around. Concord's going to end up with it. And a foul's going to be called on Bailey Stevens. Stevens with her second foul at 7:05 of the second quarter.
Tigers starting to get frustrated out there a little bit. You can tell that time they tried an entry pass down low and allowed the defenders to pull the ball away from Abby Sanner.
That ball's got to go up high.
It does. You got to throw that ball up high to that 6'3" post player.
Mayo across the line. Concord looking for the lead. Picked up her dribble, Mayo. Up the sidelines, Fish. Timeout called by Cassie Cepeda. We will keep it here with 6:50 left to play in the half, Rob, and Warsaw and Concord tied at 10.
Yeah, that time Coach Cepeda saw that her team was in trouble. They'd been trapped along the sideline. Nobody was able to get open and come bring help, so she called timeout that time. But the Tigers, they want to come with this press to try to speed up the pace of the game and see if they can get Concord playing at a pace that they're not comfortable with. Right now, Concord's not getting very many open shots, but when they do get those shots, they're knocking them down, and that's what's keeping them in this game.
The girls JV won earlier in the Career Center gym, 45-14 over Concord. Zim Zambrano, 19 points, 5 three-pointers. Micaiah Lewis finished with 10 points. And by my count, that's 29 of the 45 that the JV put up. Again, we've talked about it a lot with the JV. That group's gotten better and better and better, and they're going to be fighting for varsity spots next year because there are going to be 5 of them open.
Yeah, that's a good group. That's a good group, our JV bunch.
And they lob it in the backcourt to Mayo. Concord with a rare opportunity for a lead. Mayo in the corner for 3. Rimming, no good. Fight for the rebound. Bergen swats it ahead. She will pick it up. She'll throw it down to Egoff, and then Mayo ran into the back of Egoff and knocked the ball out of bounds. Warsaw maintains possession.
Yeah, that was an interesting play because the ball was rolling down court and Zoe Bergen was chasing the ball, and she kept looking up to see if Egoff was open, and she'd look up about every 2 or 3 steps, and by the time she picked up the ball, the defense had closed in on Egoff.
Peterson to throw it in baseline right at the far end. Looking, she'll lob it out to Brooke Winchester, just checked in. Back in the quarter, Peterson. She'll shoot for 3. It's good. Abby Peterson with her 7th three-pointer of the year, and it's 13-10, Warsaw back in front. Mayo up the near side, to the line and across. Bounces for Taylor. Sander will give her space. Across to Hirschberger. Hirschberger drives right, cut off by Egoff and Krebs. Taylor down to the near corner for Mayo. Mayo off a high screen. Nothing available either on the screener or the screenee. Now Delio. Pressure by Krebs. Bounces off to Hirschberger. Hirschberger turns the corner, shoots over Sander and shot it in. Abby kind of backed off and gave her some space to shoot it, and she makes it 13-12. Sander top of the circle, right side Peterson, down to the corner to Winchester. Now to Egoff, outside the block, right back out to Brooke, and then to Krebs. Krebs top of the circle, left side to Peterson. 5.5 minutes left to play first half. Warsaw leads Concord 13-12. Winchester holding on the right. Drives to the right baseline. Inside Sander. Sander too far into the basket to shoot it. In the quarter, Peterson again for 3 more. No, not this time. Egoff runs down the rebound. Warsaw gets another chance. Sander open. She shoots for 3. It's good. Of course it's good. She can't miss from out there. She is 7 out of 9 for the season. And Warsaw leads 16-12.
You got to love it when your post player can go out to the 3-point line and bury those 3-point shots.
Mayo off the high screen, lost the handle of the ball. Illegal screen called this time against Kendall Taylor for Concord. Out of bounds to Warsaw with 5:03 left to play in the half, and Warsaw leading 16-12.
And again, that's that call that we've seen on a regular basis. The officials are consistent with that one, calling it both ways, and we've seen it called all season long.
And that's good, because it's dangerous when those screens are illegal. There's a reason why that's a rule. Peterson off to the right. Out top to Winchester. Left side Krebs. She's open and shooting and missing. Rebound came right back that way, but it's grabbed by Taylor for Concord, who stays out there with 2 fouls. Concord with 4 as a team. Warsaw has been called for 3. Hirschberger spins off a screen, throws it to the near side for Stille. Stille on the weave. Out of the corner, Hirschberger. Lobs inside to Taylor. She caught it. It's blocked by Sander. It's loose and out of bounds. Oh, and they're going to say that Krebs touched it last. Caselin's smiling in a way that makes me believe that she doesn't think so.
No, I would tend to agree with that. With the look she gave the official, it was kind of like one of those wry smiles where she's saying, I think you missed that one.
Hirschberg to throw it in right down here below us. Taylor's out of the game with 2 fouls. They lob it out top to McCain. Out to the right, 3-pointer on the way by Stilley. It's short. Winchester the rebound for the Lady Tigers. Out to Peterson, ahead to Krebs. 4:20 to play first half. Warsaw leads 16-12. Backdoor cut Peterson. Makes a move, throws it high off the glass, no good. Tip by Sander. Back up and in. Sander with 7. And a timeout will be taken here by Concord. 4:09 left to play in the first half. 18-12. Warsaw with the lead. It's a full timeout. We're back at 60 seconds on News Now Warsaw.
Hello, I'm Jay Rigdon. In basketball, as in life, preparation is key. That's why those of us at Rock Hill Pinnock work so hard. We put in the long hours necessary to help you win your case. We develop our skills through legal education, mediation training, and using the latest technology to fight for you. Our attorneys use their decades of experience to make sure that we're prepared to give you the best outcome possible. If you'd like to talk to us about your legal needs, call 267-6116 for an appointment. Rock Hill Pinnock, lawyers you can count on.
Bad wreck, oh what you gonna do, oh what you gonna do, call the boys in blue, car stalls won't start, oh what you gonna do, oh what you gonna do, call the boys in blue, wrecking in these states, and need the best rates, take the next step, call records and net, go with the guys who got the best tools, if you get in a wreck, they'll come and get you, bad wreck, oh what you gonna do, call records and net, to come get you, remember, when you get in a wreck, call records and net.
This is Warsaw's Tiger Station. News Now Warsaw, 97 FM and 1480 AM.
Roger Grossman, Rob Renneker, Steve Scott back at station. Long day for all 3 of us today. 18-12, Warsaw with the lead. Approaching and passing the midpoint of quarter number 2. Mayo beats Peterson in the lane, forced up a 10-footer, way wide, no good. Sander the rebound for Warsaw. Outlets ahead to Peterson. Up the sideline, Winchester in the front court. Now she'll bounce it out to Sander. Sander right back to Brooke. Down to the baseline for Egoff. Back to Winchester. Out to Sander, around to Krebs. In the corner, Peterson. 4-3, no good. Rebound grabbed by Stilley for Concord. Can't ask for more ball movement than that. Peterson got the shot you want. Didn't go in. Still 18-12. Mayo runs it down on the near sidelines. Trying to get around Peterson. Could not. It hit a foot, went out of bounds. It was a Warsaw foot. It belongs to Concord as Bergen comes into the game, and Egoff will head to the bench.
Yeah, this half-court pressure defense by the Tigers causing problems for Concord. They're picking up their dribble too frequently. They've got nowhere to go with the ball, and they're getting trapped.
DeLeo trying to get it in, lobs in the backcourt. Oh, Peterson didn't see it coming, or she might have been able to steal it. Mayo stumbles down the left side of the lane, and they'll call for traveling. And that'll give the ball back to Warsaw with 3:20 to go in the half. And Warsaw leading 18-12. Peterson will walk it to the line. Concord continues in a zone defense. Krebs fakes left, throws it back out to Abby Peterson. Lobbing down inside. Oh, Sander with a good catch, and she put it up and in. What a pass by Peterson.
Yeah, Sander with a great catch, but the fantastic pass by Peterson that time. They had it set up to go to Krebs in the corner, and that's where the defense thought they were going. Instead, they were able to get the ball to Sander down low.
On the weave, Stilley to the right elbow. She traveled with the ball. She took an extra step, delivering the pass to the wing. Fish comes back in, and McCain is out with 2:47 left, and now Warsaw's lead is 8, and they've got the ball.
Yeah, a bucket here would finally give them a little bit of separation where they can start to relax and attack the basket and kind of do their thing.
Krebs out to Peterson. Looking inside, they lob it again there to Sander, and this time Concord's ready for it, stolen. Hirschberger with a steal. Racing to the top of the circle, peels back out. Stilley against Winchester. Winchester comes out to player. Stilley drives in, threw off the backboard wildly, no good. And Sander's got the rebound for Warsaw. Peterson, long pass down court, Krebs. Head fake and a drive. Inside to Bergen in traffic, and again, we're going to have a foul called. All 3 officials blew their whistles to call a foul there. So that gives me a pretty good indication it was a pretty good call.
It was a pretty good call. Zoe Bergen got knocked down that time as the pass went into the post area.
Winchester out. Egoff back in with 2:11 left to play in the half, and Warsaw leading by 8. On the inbounds, they lob it out to Egoff. Egoff kicks it out to the right to Bergen. Bergen out to Krebs. At the foul line, Egoff makes a good head fake, drives in, had her shot blocked, and it's loose at the free throw line. It's grabbed by Mayo for Concord. Bailey Mayo drives in, lost the handle against Peterson, picked it back up. Lost the handle again, drives down the lane, ran into Krebs, ran over Krebs, offensive foul. That was something bad was going to happen for Concord on that, because Mayo, I don't think was almost horizontal when she made contact with Krebs.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. She got going so out of control down the middle of the lane. She was leaning forward. She's holding her elbow. You could hear something go bang on the floor, and it must have been her elbow.
Peterson, right side Krebs, a catch, shoot three, blocks, but a foul called. Caseland fell backwards, and it makes us all nervous when that happens. Krebs is going to shoot 3 free throws here. And they call another foul on Fish. She got the last one, she gets this one, and now Caseland will shoot 3 free throws for the Tigers. For the season, 12 out of 20, make it 13 out of 21 as the first one is up and in. Krebs now with 4 points, shooting for her 5th. She's got that. 148 three-pointers, number 2 on the all-time list. Not going to catch Kelsey Freds, who has 198. If she does, that will be quite the story.
Yes, that will be the story.
Krebs makes 2 out of 3 as the last one clangs off the back of the rim. Rebound to Concord. 1:33 to play in the half. Warsaw up by 10, 22-12. Hirschberger against Bergen. Now Hirschberger passed it and got it back. Down the lane, ball tipped again, grabbed by Bergen, and a foul called against Concord. Delio gets her first. And we'll head the other way and shoot free throws with 1:17 left in the half, and Warsaw up by 10.
And Concord's doing what they need to do. They're making an effort to try to get to the basket, but by the time they're going down the lane, they're out of control and they're dribbling into traffic, and they're not able to get up a clean shot.
Bergen up there shooting 1-on-1 on the 8th Concord foul of the half. So he shoots and misses. Rebound grabbed by Delio. In transition, here come the Minutemen. Hirschberger, off a hard screen. McCain ran into her and bounced off. She never really stopped. McCain with it, right side, up the baseline, Stilley. There's a back out to McCain. Back to Stilley in the corner. Now to Hirschberger on the wing. Hirschberger drives in, kicks it out. Fish on the drive, got inside, and a whistle and a foul call. That's why people run the weave, because you get people moving around, eventually get one that takes the wrong step, and that's what happened to Abby Peterson.
Yeah, and Concord ran that really, really well. The girls got some good penetration as they were dribbling into the lane, kicking it out. So every time they delivered the ball, they got a little closer to the basket.
So at the free throw line is Ashlyn Fish. First one, no good. Ashlyn has had trouble at the free throw line this season. With that miss, she's now 7 out of 16. Concord is the team, 57%. Fish will shoot again, and that one's good. That's her first point of the game. She averages about 3. Warsaw leads 22-13. 48 seconds left to play first half. Peterson, right sideline Krebs, to the corner to Sainer. Back up the sideline to Krebs. Now to Sainer on the baseline, got free, takes it up, missed it, got her own rebound, put it back up, wouldn't go. Rebound to Concord. 30 seconds left to play in the half. Down the side of the lane, shot no good by McCain, rebound to Sainer. Add to Peterson, 22 seconds. Now Abby gets run into and knocked over at midcourt. Hirschberger thought she could just sneak in there very coyly and knock the ball away, and what she did was knock Abby Peterson about 10 feet.
Yeah, well, Coach Krebs yelled, "One shot," and Peterson turned and looked over at Coach Krebs, and that's when Concord, the Concord defender, thought that she could make her move and get the steal on the ball, and instead she knocked Peterson down.
Abby for the season at the free throw line, 11 out of 15, shooting 1-and-1. First one rattles in. That's 4 points for Abby. She averages 2 a game. Her season high, 6 against Chesterton back in the Lady Tiger tournament. Second one up, and rimming good. And a timeout's called by Warsaw. This is a 30. We'll keep it here with 18 seconds left to play in the half, Rob, and Warsaw leading 24-13.
Yeah, it's interesting to see why Coach Krebs called a timeout with 20 seconds left here. They're going to set up some kind of pressure, try to trap, see if they can't force a turnover here quickly, maybe get one more possession out of this. Tigers do have a foul or two to give. They've only got 4 fouls here in this half, so they can be really aggressive.
They just don't want to be crazy. And they don't want to give up a basket. More than anything else, they would like to have Concord still at 13 running into the halftime locker room. The Minutemen will have to go the full 84 feet. And quite a discussion between the Concord bench and both Jack Rupley and Kirk Robinson. And here we go, 18 seconds to go in the half. Hirschberger has the backcourt. She'll walk it to the line. Bergen right there to greet her. 12 seconds, 11, now 10. Off a screen, off another. Not a Stille. Stille with 6 seconds. Hands back to McCain. 3 seconds, 2, 1. They don't even get a shot off. They threw it inside, and Sander stole the ball. At halftime, Warsaw leads Concord 24-13. And when the Lady Tigers lead at halftime this season, they are 12-1. Halftime scoring comes your way after this break on News Now Warsaw.
Lake City Restoration on Argonne Road in Warsaw is there when you need them most. Call 574-385-9111. Whether it's damage from a fire, flood, mold, storm, or biohazard, Lake City Restoration is the solution for your emergency service needs. Call 574-385-9111. That's 385-9111. Online at lcrestore.com or simply Google Lake City Restoration.
When my team goes to work for you, we are original. Professionals with modern, unparalleled marketing and unwavering standards and passion. To us, it's more than just selling someone a house. We move people's lives forward and guide them to a home. Handling the real estate task flawlessly is one thing, but our expertise in people and results is what clients respect about us. I believe that is what makes us successful. I'm Brian Peterson of the Brian Peterson Real Estate Group of Warsaw. You can reach us at brianpetersongroup.com.
Basketball is a game where your team could play man defense, zone defense, motion offense, press. You could focus on shooting threes or scoring in the post. Whatever strategy you use, in order to win the game, your team needs a head coach with an effective game plan. We at Alder for Bergen can help you develop and implement a financial game plan for your family's future.
Let Alder for Bergen be the head coach of your financial planning team. Alder for Bergen & Company, 122 West Market Street, Warsaw, and online at alderforbergen.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC.
News Now Warsaw, WRSW 1480 AM and W259 DJ 99.7 FM. Warsaw.
Halftime here at the Tiger Den. Warsaw 24, Concord 13. First half scoring for the Minutemen. Bailey Mayo, 2 3-pointers, 6 points. Aaliyah Hirschberger, 3 field goals, 6 points. Ashlyn Fish, 1 for Concord. That's their 13. For Warsaw, Abby Peterson, 5. Zoe Bergen, 2. Abby Sanders, the leader, with 9. And Caitlin Krebs has 5. It was tied 7-7 after 1. Warsaw outscored Concord in the second 17-6 to lead 24-13 at halftime. We were tied at 7 and 10, and we had no lead changes. The boys JV earlier beat Valparaiso 48-27. Luke Bricker had it 17. The boys freshman team beat Valparaiso 39-20. The boys varsity team beat Valparaiso in an upset of the number 5 team in 4A. Final score 57-51. Jackson Gould had 23. Judah Simfukwe added 20. And the Warsaw girls JV beat Concord down in the Career Center gym 45-14. Again, 24-13. Warsaw with the lead here at halftime. Rob's got the first half stats, brought to you by Alder for Bergen & Company. Next on News Now Warsaw.
You've seen enough far too long. America has been turned inside out. Red versus blue, left versus right. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. So what can we all agree on? Saving money, buying smart, looking out for our future? R&B Car Company is proud to be an American company where we buy smart, so you do save money. Look to the future. Find your next vehicle at rbcarcompany.com.
Welcome to another exciting year of Tiger basketball. At Rock Hill Pinnock, we enjoy listening to a hard-fought game with excitement and uncertainty at the end. However, uncertainty is exactly the opposite of what you want from a law firm. You want attorneys who know the law, who know how to solve your problem, and can give you the certainty of sound legal advice. That's what we pride ourselves on here at Rock Hill Pinnock. I'm Jay Rigdon, and I'm inviting you to call us at 267-6116 for an appointment to discuss your legal needs. Rock Hill Pinnock, lawyers you can count on.
Bad wreck, oh what you gonna do, oh what you gonna do, call the boys in blue, car stalls won't start, oh what you gonna do, oh what you gonna do, call the boys in blue, I reckon any states and meet the best rates, take the next step, call Records and F, go with the guys who got the best tools, if you get in a wreck, they'll come and get you, bad wreck, oh what you gonna do, call Records and F, they'll come get you.
Remember, when you get in a wreck,
call Records and F.
find out what's happening in your community on In the Know, Saturday mornings at 7 on News Now Warsaw.
Halftime at the Tiger Den. Warsaw leads the girls game 24-13 over Concord. It's time for the halftime stats, brought to you by Alderfer Bergen & Company. Let them be the head coach of your financial planning team. Alderfer Bergen & Company, 122 West Market Street, Warsaw, and online at alderferbergen.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC. Rob.
Okay, here we go in that first half. Concord was 5 of 11 from the field. That's about 46%. They were 2 of 5 from three-point range and 1 of 2 from the free throw line. The Lady Tigers in that first half were 8 of 23 from the field. That's about 35%. They were 3 of 10 from three-point range and 5 of 7 from the free throw line. In the first half, Concord ended up with 12 turnovers. Warsaw converted those into 7 points. Warsaw ended up with just 4 turnovers in the first half. Concord converted those into 2 points. Concord out-rebounded Warsaw in the first half 15-13. Concord pulled down just 2 offensive rebounds but couldn't convert those into any points. Warsaw pulled down 7 offensive boards and converted those into 7 points. Points off the bench. Concord didn't get any contributions from their bench. Warsaw got 15 points from their bench.
It is senior night, so you're going to have that. Your bench looks a little better when you can bring, a couple of your starters off of it. So that's one thing. The rebounding edge is a bit of a concern. However, when you look at the fact that Warsaw took 23 shots in the first half and 10 were from three-point range, you're not going to get very many rebounds on three-point shots.
No, that's very accurate. You're right. And, we held Concord to just 11 shots. We had 23 field goal opportunities. So it's really about, putting the ball in the hole when you get the opportunity.
Warsaw leads 24-13 at halftime. They are 16 minutes away from history-making event here at the Tiger Den, going unbeaten in the Noble Lakes Conference for the first time since 2004. We'll come back with the third quarter after this timeout on News Now Warsaw.
Argonne Road at Warsaw is there when you need them most. Call 574-385-9111. Whether it's damage from a fire, flood, mold, storm, or biohazard, Lake City Restoration is the solution for your emergency service needs. Call 574-385-9111. That's 385-9111, online at lcrestore.com, or simply Google Lake City Restoration.
When my team goes to work for you, we are original. Professionals with modern, unparalleled marketing and unwavering standards and passion. To us, it's more than just selling someone a house. We move people's lives forward and guide them to a home. Handling the real estate task flawlessly is one thing, but our expertise in people and results is what clients respect about us. I believe that is what makes us successful. I'm Brian Peterson of the Brian Peterson Real Estate Group of Warsaw. You can reach us at brianpetersongroup.com.
Basketball is a game where your team could play man defense, zone defense, motion offense, press. You could focus on shooting threes or scoring in the post. Whatever strategy you use, in order to win the game, your team needs a head coach with an effective game plan. We at Alder for Bergen can help you develop and implement a financial game plan for your family's future.
Let Alder for Bergen be the head coach of your financial planning team. Alder for Bergen and Company, 122 West Market Street, Warsaw, and online at alderforbergen.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC.
Listen to the Tigers anywhere in the world at newsnowwarsaw.com and the News Now Warsaw app.
Roger Grossman, Rob Reniker back here in the Tiger Den. Steve Scott back at the station. Eric Coburn giving us a salute. Jack Rupley saying hello. Jack Rupley used to be the baseball coach at Manchester. That's where we met him first, when we were back doing high school baseball games on our AM station.
And you know,
and Jack is a fantastic guy and a great baseball coach.
And Eric Coburn and I used to play basketball together 35 years ago.
No kidding.
We were, yes, we would play on weekends in some of the local gyms, pickup games with a bunch of guys.
Is that right?
Yeah, so he and I used to run around on the court together.
Football from earlier. Bengals 19, Titans 16. Top seed in the AFC is out. Niners trail the Packers 7-0 early in the second. Halftime stats brought to you by Alder for Bergen and Company. Sectional draw tomorrow night, 5 o'clock for 1A North, then 1A South, then 2A, then 3A, 4A North. That's where Warsaw is. We'll be having the draw for you on both News Now Warsaw and 107.3 WRSW. Third quarter about to begin. Warsaw will be on defense to start the third, leading 24-13. Again, Concord looking for the upset and looking for their first ever win here in Warsaw. They've never won here. They've only beat Warsaw twice in 55 previous meetings. And those were in 1981 and 1983. Third quarter begins. Concord with the ball. Warsaw in a man-to-man. Mayo out top to Fish. Right side Hirschberger. Kicks it back out. Went through the hands of Fish. Egoff will try to get to it. Oh, and Fish stepped over the center line. Fish tried to tightrope the center line, and her shoes are just a little too long.
Yeah, and Ava Egoff was in a dead sprint after her, and I thought Ava was going to run into her back and knock her into the back court and get called for a foul that time.
Stevens, near side to Krebs. Back out to Bailey. Stevens looking in the post, nothing available. Bailey backs up. Now to Krebs. The foul line center. Looks opposite to Stevens. In the corner, Bergen for three. Good. Zoe with her fourth three-pointer of the season. And Warsaw leads 27-13.
Yeah, that's the ideal start for the Tigers. Get a hold defensively and come down and bury a three-pointer.
Mayo left against Stevens. Picks up her dribble, lobs over the top. Too high for everybody and out of bounds. It'll belong to Warsaw again.
Bailey Stevens with good pressure on the ball that time. Mayo picked up her dribble and Bailey was all over him. Then Mayo tried to throw that long pass into the post.
Your best post defender is the player guarding the ball. You can make it hard on the passer. It makes it a lot easier to play down in the post. Krebs lobs down to Sander on the block. Turns the lane, put it up, and put it in, and a foul. Abby Sander with 11. Double figures now in 19 of 21 games, and a chance for a three-point play.
Boy, the Tigers on fire here coming out of the gate, beginning of the second half, and Concord having to go to their bench.
Taylor comes out. She picks up her third foul. Sander to complete the play. Takes her time, very calmly, puts it up there and puts it in. I can't tell you how impressed I am with Abby Sander at the free throw line this season. This is a kid for her career is in the mid-60s, and this year, 75. She's been terrific. Mayo hands back to Hirschberger to the foul line. Fakes on Bergen, couldn't shoot it. Now to Fish, back to Mayo. Fakes, drives right side of the lane, kicks it out. Stilley for a three-pointer. That's short. Sanders got the rebound for Warsaw. Stevens in transition. Kicks it left side, Krebs. Krebs down to the baseline, pulls up for a 15-footer. That's a line drive and way short. And the rebound is Stilley for Concord. In transition, Hirschberger. Left corner to Mayo. Mayo runs into Stevens. Backs down, throws up a wild left-handed hook, no good. Sander another rebound for Warsaw. 6:10 to play in the third. Warsaw leads 30-13. Stevens on the drive, all the way to the basket. Shot it off the bottom of the rim, no good. And the rebound to Concord. DeLeo hands off to Hirschberger. And that's another example. If she takes one more dribble, she powers it in. Instead, she's got to try to flip it underhand, and she has a hard time with that. Mayo outside the lane on the left, shot it, missed it. Rebound to Sander, to Stevens, down to Egoff, put it out, put it in, and a foul to play. Ava Egoff had a three-point play in the second quarter. She's got a chance for another one here in the third.
Yeah, Ava caught the ball on the run, and she made a nice little spin move, put the ball up with her left hand, drew the foul, and put the ball in the hole.
Egoff to complete the play. She has 5 points, her average just under 4. And Egoff shoots it up there and in. And her free throw percentage has been really good this season, 65%. And a mini timeout called here by Concord with 5:44 left to play in the third. Warsaw's opened up a 20-point lead now on Concord. It's 33-13. We're back in 30 seconds on News Now Warsaw.
You've seen enough far too long. America has been turned inside out. Red versus blue, left versus right. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. So what can we all agree on? Saving money, buying smart, looking out for our future. R&B Car Company is proud to be an American company where we buy smart, so you do save money. Look to the future. Find your next vehicle at rbcarcompany.com.
You're listening to the Warsaw Tiger Radio Network, 99.7 FM, 1480 AM, newsnowwarsaw.com, and the News Now Warsaw app.
Roger and Rod back with you at the Tiger Den. 5:44 to play in our third quarter in the final game of the night. It's been a Warsaw sweep throughout. The boys swept Valparaiso. Yes, they knocked off the number 5 team in 4A, 57-51 earlier. And the girls looking to do the same. In the lane, Fish, a runner, no good, foul called. Egoff is going to be guilty of a blocking foul for her first foul. And Fish will go to the free throw line and shoot 2. Fitting that she would be here to play tonight, considering the fish fry was such a huge success.
Well, I'm glad to hear it was a huge success. I'm so glad they did it.
Free throw up and around and no good by Fish. She's 1 out of 3. By the way, the Fish was so good, I sent people down in between games to go get me some, and it was gone already. Second one up, no good. Fish missed them both. Rebound to Egoff for the Tigers. In transition, Bergen lobs inside to Sander. What a pass. Sander puts it up and in. Abby with her average 14. Stevens to the inbounds, put it up and a foul call. There's that Bailey Stevens just kind of hanging around, playing possum again.
She does that every now and then. A couple times a game she'll do that, and I love it, where the inbounder has no idea that she's going to kind of sneak in there, and they get the ball, and they just kind of turn and start to throw it in, and there's Bailey right in front of the teammate.
Stevens shoots and hits. Would you believe that's Bailey's first point of the game? It is. It comes with 5:17 left to play in the third quarter. And the second one is up, and it's good too. Stevens, one of Warsaw's best at 77%. 37-13 Warsaw. 5:10 left to play third quarter. And the Lady Tigers are going to win the conference in a perfect season, 7-0. Hirschberger, double teamed out top. Bergen goes down, ties it up. Held ball. It's a turnover as the arrow belongs to Warsaw.
Yeah, Hirschberger is used to being able to turn the corner and go to the basket on a play like that, but the Tigers did a good job of double teaming her and stopping her, and then they were able to reach in and tie her up, and it's the Tigers' ball.
4:58 left to play in the third. Warsaw with the ball at the near end, leading now by 24. Stevens out of the near side to Krebs. Krebs back out to Stevens. Fish trying to throw it to a cutting Egoff. She really threw it before she was looking, because if she'd have looked, she would have realized that there were 3 green shirts in between her and where she was trying to throw it.
Yeah, that's the play they wanted to run. Get the ball to Abby Sander in the short corner, and then have Ava Egoff drop straight down the lane. But the defense was there on Ava, and Abby turned to make the pass before she looked, and it ended up in a hill ball.
Now Mayo's trapped at midcourt. Warsaw went back to the trap. It's knocked away and stolen. Sander up at Stevens, flying down the middle of the lane for 2. Bailey with 4, and it's 39-13 Lady Tigers. And a over and back violation. One of the Concord players took the ball across the line and threw it back to Mayo before she had established in the front court, and Warsaw's going to get it right back.
Yeah, Concord's struggling now, struggling with focus. The Tigers are starting to pull away, and they're struggling to focus and stay in this right now.
Stevens, right side Bergen, down to the baseline Sander. Inside again in traffic, and the ball's tipped out of bounds. Egoff laughing as she gets back up. Mayo comes to help her. Stevens will back out of bounds to throw it in.
Ava is so tough. She gets knocked around. She knocks people around. She's always diving on the ground.
Stevens to Sander on the baseline. Looking around for options. Doesn't have much. So she'll dribble once and finds a cutting Egoff under the basket. Oh, she shot it a little short. And the rebound's grabbed by Stilley for Concord. Mayo drives down the right side of the lane, stumbles in, and may have traveled, and may have twisted her ankle.
Yeah, it looked like she did, didn't she? As she tried to make her move back to the middle of the lane, she rolled her ankle.
If I remember correctly, in my conversation with Jim Reed yesterday, he had mentioned that she had been having some ankle issues, and it looked like it at least gave out on her if she didn't step on somebody. Stevens off the right. Halfway through the third, Warsaw leads Concord 39-13. Stevens to the right baseline, cut off, throws it back out to Bergen. Out top, Krebs wide open for a 22-footer, book it. Caitlin Krebs, 8 points, 2 3-pointers. That's number 149 in her career, and it's 42-13 Warsaw. Only Kelsey Freds has more 3-point baskets as Bergen knocks the ball into the scorer's table and then almost ran over Brooke Winchester at the scorer's table in the process. Winchester says, hey, that's fitting. I'm coming in for you. You're out.
Yeah, you can just stay right here and head for the bench. And Winchester now in for Bergen.
In the corner for Delio. Now around to Mayo. Back across for Hirschberger for 3. No good. Sander has the rebound. Outlets to Stevens. Up the sidelines, Krebs. Ball went right through her hands and almost hit her in the face. Egoff lobs back out to Stevens. Stevens back to the right corner. Krebs catch and shoot 3. Book it. Caitlin in double figures with 11. Timeout, Concord. Timeout, Minutemen. It's a full timeout with 2:56 left to play in the third. Warsaw leads 45-13 over Concord. We're back in 60 seconds on News Now Warsaw.
Hello, I'm Jay Rigdon. In basketball, as in life, preparation is key. That's why those of us at Rock Hill Pinnock work so hard. We put in the long hours necessary to help you win your case. We develop our skills through legal education, mediation training, and using the latest technology to fight for you. Our attorneys use their decades of experience to make sure that we're prepared to give you the best outcome possible. If you'd like to talk to us about your legal needs, call 267-6116 for an appointment. Rock Hill Pinnock, lawyers you can count on.
Bad wreck, oh what you gonna do, oh what you gonna do, call the boys in blue, car stalls won't start, oh what you gonna do, oh what you gonna do, call the boys in blue, wrecking any state, and need the best rate, take the next step, call Records and Net, go with the guys who got the best tools, if you get in a wreck, they'll come and get you, bad wreck, oh what you gonna do, call Records and Net to come get you.
Remember, when you get in a wreck,
call Records and Net.
Now back to the Lady Tigers on News Now Warsaw, 99.7 FM and 1480 AM.
2:56 left to play before halftime. Warsaw left before the end of the third quarter. Warsaw 45-13 leaders now over Concord. Lady Tigers in a 2-3 zone that's a little more aggressive than normal. Outside the lane, jump shot by McCain, no good. Rebound to Brooke Winchester for the Lady Tigers. Up end to Krebs, right wing. 153 pointers now for Caitlin Krebs in her 4 years. In the corner, there's number 151. Sometimes you just know, and from this corner, from there, we know. 48-13 Warsaw.
Nice call, Mr. Grossman. You called that as soon as the ball left her hand.
You could just tell. For her, it's about the height. as Mayo shoots a 30-footer at the other end and hits. She's got a three-pointer in each quarter, 9 points. Stevens the other way, down the lane, left block, shoots it up and scores. Bailey's got 6 all this period, and Warsaw's hit the magic 50-point mark. It's 50-16. Now, Delio across to McCain for an 8-footer outside the lane, no good. It's all Lady Tigers on the rebound. Winchester with it, ahead to Stevens. Back to Winchester, down to Sander. Sander works her way back in, muscles her way in, and scores, and a foul. Abby Sander, too big, too strong, too powerful, 2 points.
And that's it exactly. She just put that ball down. She backed her way in with a couple of dribbles, went up strong, and there was nothing the Concord players could do about it.
Delio with her third. My opinion is the only way to defend that is to stand your ground once, and when one of those bumps, just fall backwards and hope.
I agree totally.
That's all you've got.
Because that's your piece of property to start with, and if you start giving ground, there's nothing you can do about it. You got to hold your ground.
Uh-oh. There's a problem at the scores table. Lenny Krebs is over there. They're talking about the clock.
So we got a running clock coming up maybe here before too long, right?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
We're there.
We are there. It could be start of the part of the conversation right now is when to start the running clock after a play like that.
Well, it should start after the free throw, but whatever it is, it's figured out. Everybody at the scores table seems to be okay with it. Yeah, that's exactly what they were talking about. Sander to shoot the free throw, up and good. 17 for Abby Sander on senior night in her final game here in the Tiger Den. 53-16, 1:35 left to play, third quarter. We are now under a running clock. And Layla Knapp's into the game for the Lady Tigers along with Abby Peterson. Outside the lane, Mayo shoots and scores, and a foul. Bailey Mayo's got herself a double-figure game here in the Tiger Den as she's hit 4 points, 10 and 11. She's got a chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, what I like about Bailey is she doesn't hesitate. When she gets a look, she pulls the trigger right away, or she penetrates as soon as she sees that opening.
Sander comes to the bench, replaced by Morgan Nichols. The foul was on Knapp. That's her first. Mayo to complete the three-point play. It's up. It's no good. Peterson had the rebound, and Mayo ends up with it for Concord. Mayo threw it across the lane, caught by Fish. And a whistle and traveling is called. Riley Ragland is in the game for Concord. And now the clock continues to run with 1:03 left here in the third quarter. Warsaw ahead 53-18. By the way, I don't want the night to get by without saying this. Hey, Bryce Lippy, I see you sitting down there. You behave yourself.
It's always good to see Bryce in the house.
Winchester, right wing. Out top for Knapp to Nichols, around to Peterson. Long cross-court pass to Winchester. Up the baseline, threw it inside for Nichols, and it's tipped out of bounds, and Nichols tipped it out. And it's out of bounds to Concord. And the clock continues to run down to 30 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. 8 minutes and 30 seconds of basketball for the Lady Tigers from undoing a long 9 years of frustration. An even longer run of going unbeaten in the conference since 2004. Ragland back across to Mayo, trying to drive in. Ball knocked away by Knapp, but Mayo got it back. 5 seconds, now 4. McCain deep right corner, do they know? Ragland will force it up at the buzzer, and it's no good. Through 3, Warsaw 53, Concord 18. We start the fourth in 60 on News Now Warsaw.
Lake City Restoration on Argonne Road in Warsaw is there when you need them most. Call 574-385-9111. Whether it's damage from a fire, flood, mold, storm, or biohazard, Lake City Restoration is the solution for your emergency service needs. Call 574-385-9111. That's 385-9111. online at lcrestore.com, or simply Google Lake City Restoration.
When my team goes to work for you, we are original. Professionals with modern, unparalleled marketing and unwavering standards and passion. To us, it's more than just selling someone a house. We move people's lives forward and guide them to a home. Handling the real estate task flawlessly is one thing, but our expertise in people and results is what clients respect about us. I believe that is what makes us successful. I'm Brian Peterson of the Brian Peterson Real Estate Group of Warsaw. You can reach us at brianpetersongroup.com.
This is Warsaw's Tiger Station. News Now Warsaw, 99.7 FM and 1480 AM.
After 3, Warsaw with a 29-point third quarter now leads Concord 53-18.
Yeah, Concord just 1 of 5 that quarter, and the Warsaw Tigers ended up 7 of 13 that quarter. So they shot the ball very well, they attacked the basket well, and they had a fantastic third quarter.
Most points, by the way, if you're wondering, the most points in a quarter is 36. That was at Huntington North, a fourth quarter. We'll have some time to kind of reminisce about that one. Krebs left side for 3, no good. Stevens, though, the rebound, back up, blocked by Taylor, and Taylor comes out there with it for Concord. Outlets to Fish. So, Lenny Krebs starts the fourth quarter with this senior group, gives them one last chance to play here on the home court, and then I'm sure he's got a plan to bring them out either one by one or collectively as a group. Hirschberger, near sideline far end, back out for Ragland. Ragland out top McCain. She shoots for 3. That is good. Malia McCain with her second three-pointer of the year. That's 53-21. Stevens drives right, hands off to Taylor, back out to Stevens, back to Taylor. Down to Sainer, out to Stevens. Open, she shoots for 3. That's good. Bailey with 9 points all in the second half. That's her 6th three-pointer of the year. And Warsaw's lead is back up to 35 at 56-21. We are under a running clock. Hirschberger up the baseline, ran out of room, flips it back out to McCain. And McCain is grabbed by Stevens.
I was thinking that maybe that was the coach asked for that, but I'm looking over there. Now he's going to bring in some folks.
Yes, he is. Stevens with her third. Knapp in, Krebs out. Peterson in, Stevens out. Winchester in, Sainer out. 6:15 to go. And a dad and a daughter have a hug. And the fans here at the Tiger Den standing to salute these seniors. Have had a pretty good 4 years. Lob from Mayo to Taylor over everybody into the empty end bleachers down at the east end, out of bounds to Warsaw. So the 5 out there now, you have Nichols, Peterson, Knapp, Taylor, and Winchester. Peterson across the line. Lobs the near side to Layla Knapp. Now to Taylor at the foul line, across to Winchester, and right back out to Peterson. 5.5 minutes remain. Winchester holding. Out to Taylor. Right side to Peterson. Now she'll throw it out to Knapp. Knapp took a dribble, then to Peterson, to Knapp, around to Nichols. Nichols back out to Knapp. Layla puts it on the floor, drives right, ran into Taylor, shot blocked. And it's grabbed out of there by McCain. And McCain takes off, runs around Peterson, ran into Knapp, but a whistle and a foul is going to be called on Layla Knapp.
Nice hustle by Knapp that time, not allowing the easy layup.
I thought for a second she was going to catch her and run in front of her and may cause a turnover. Didn't work out that way. And they're getting ready for some more substitution center on the Warsaw bench. They lob it out to Taylor. The pass was like right over her head. And in the process of trying to get spun around to catch it, she traveled. Clock continues to move, down to 4.5 minutes to go. And they get it into Knapp in the backcourt. She lobs the near side for Peterson. Peterson to the line, up the near sideline, Winchester. Book is trapped, got it up to Abby. Peterson back to Winchester. She turns and shoots a 3 and missed it. Rebound grab by Stilley for Concord. Halfway through the fourth of the final home game for the Lady Tigers this season. Hirschberger from way out there, no good short, and Nichols couldn't stick a fork in that rebound, but Concord hit it last. It belongs to Warsaw.
Yeah, nice job by Nichols that time, battling with Taylor, forcing Taylor to knock the ball out of bounds so the Tigers get possession.
Winchester will throw it in. 3:45 to go, clock moving. Stay tuned after the game, scoring and stats from our final game. We'll recap the scores from the entire day. Knapp to the line and across, immediately trapped. Ball tipped by McCain, taken away by McCain. And then she traveled trying to run out of there, so she turns it right back.
Yeah, she picked the ball up in traffic, had a couple of Tiger defenders right next to her, and she kind of tucked it under her arm and took a couple of steps.
And here comes Abby Taylor and Morgan Nichols out for a curtain call. And a hug from coaches and players alike. Abby and Morgan didn't get to play a lot this season. A lot of kids would have quit in that situation, not those two. And the Knapp is called for traveling. Layla's confidence is just shot right now. She's just, since about Christmas time, she just has really struggled in about every aspect of basketball.
Yeah, it's true, and it's a shame to watch because, you know, she's such a neat young lady and she's got some really good skills.
Hirschberger on the drive, missed it, and we'll have a held ball, and the arrow belongs to Concord. The 5 out there now for Lenny Krebs. Peterson and Winchester, along with Knapp, and then you have Viv Zambrano and Joey Rastrelli. They lob it out top. It's caught by Mayo with 2:20 left. Mayo up the left side of the lane, all the way in and scores. 13 for Mayo, who averages 9 a game. And it's 56-23. Warsaw's streak of holding opponents under 30, which is at 4 of the last 6, I think is about to be 5 of the last 7. Winchester, right side to Peterson. Peterson gathers up a 3 and missed it. And the rebound's grabbed by Stille. I was looking for who she was going to pass it to, and then I realized, nope, she's shooting that ball. In transition, Mayo's 3 is blocked by Rastrelli, back up by Delio, and a foul called. Clock stops because this will be shooting free throws. And the foul is called against Zambrano. Zambrano with the foul. And that's her first. And the free throw is up and no good by Delio. And they'll bring in some new faces. Olivia Jackson's into the game for Concord. Warsaw could meet these girls again in a week and a half. Concord in the sectional at Penn. Delio shoots again and makes that one. She averages 2 a game. That's her first of this game. 56-24. Warsaw 1:40 left to go. Stay tuned, scoring and stats from tonight's game, and we believe we will have some visitors here in the press box. Rastrelli from the left block from Zambrano puts it up and in. Joey's got 6 points for the varsity this year, and it's 58-24. McCain pushes off to shoot an 18-footer, shot at about 22 feet. Rebound to Winchester off the glass for the Lady Tigers with 1:10 to go. Zambrano had a big JV game. 19 points, 5 3-point baskets down in the Career Center gym. Down inside for Knapp. Knapp back to Zambrano. To Peterson, around to Rastrelli, now to the near side Winchester. She puts her head down and a whistle, and a foul is called on the drive, I think. Let's see how Jack Rupley wants to call that. Oh, they're going to say it's shooting.
Oh, how about that?
Huh.
A little surprised by that.
Little. Stille gets the foul. That's her second. Winchester will shoot 2. Brooke has not scored in this game. Matter of fact, it's been a while since Brooke scored. She scored 2 at Goshen, 5 against Mishawaka. Free throw up and good. Winchester has learned a lot and experienced a lot, including changing positions. She's been playing a 3 and a 4 instead of her normal 5.
Yeah, they've moved her around a fair amount. It's been a learning experience for her this year.
Winchester makes both. In reality, she's not a true 5, right?
No, I agree.
She shoots too well from the outside to be a true back-to-the-basket player, although she's been doing that at the middle school level. Stille on the weave to the foul line. shoots over Winchester. Shot an air ball. Out of bounds. Warsaw ball. 30 seconds to play. The final 30 seconds of the home portion of the schedule. 2003-2004. Amy Abbott, Julie Cease, Jacqueline Leininger, Rebecca Reichert, Tasia Smith, Laura Hyman, Rachel Bragg, Holly Dirkholz, Michelle DeGeeter, Karen Sand, Kim Clay. That was the roster for the Lady Tigers back then. They won the conference and went undefeated in doing so. It hasn't happened since then, but it's about to happen now as the time runs down to 0, and Warsaw has won the Northern Lakes Conference Championship outright. They've beaten Concord 60-24. And for the first time since 2004, Warsaw is unbeaten in the league. Post-game coverage begins after this timeout on News Now Warsaw.
Oh, it's a game where your team could play man defense, zone defense, motion offense, press, focus on shooting threes or scoring in the post. Whatever strategy. We at Alder for Bergen can help